Okay. We are going to go ahead and get started. We don't have a quorum yet, but I will call up Mr. Wilk on AB 240.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Give that back.
Move the bill.
Do I hear a second? No. Anyway, Madam Chair, committee members, thank you. Today I'm here to present AB 240, which seeks to allow recipients of Purple Heart, Pearl Harbor Survivor, ex-prisoner of war, Congressional Medal of Honor, Gold Star Family, and Legion of Valor license plates free day use entry to all parks within the California state system. AB 240 is a simple way to give back to our military heroes without costing the state additional resources. Currently, there is a Distinguished Veterans Pass, which entitles the holder to access all basic state park system-operated facilities, including entry free of charge, and this is available for veterans who are either 50% disabled war veteran, ex-prisoner of war, or Congressional Medal of Honor recipient. AB 240 would extend the benefit of free day use entrance to, again, Purple Heart, Pearl Harbor Survivor, ex-prisoner of war, Congressional Medal of Honor, Gold Star Family, and Legion of Valor license plate recipients. I believe this is a great way to honor these military heroes and their families. And so that's why we're moving forward this bill. I have with me here today Mr. Pete Conity, who represents the interests of veterans groups all across California. I'd like to call on him to share his thoughts on the bill.
Madam Chair.
I need to just one brief moment. Assemblymember Brown is here, so we do need to go ahead and establish a quorum. I apologize. She is just here for a short period of time, so I apologize for the interruption.
Irwin?
Here.
Mathis? Here. Alejo? Bro?
Here.
Brown? Here. Chavez?
Here.
Daly? Frazier?
Here.
Solis?
Here.
All right, please continue.
Very familiar with establishing quorums. Madam Chairman, members, Pete Conity representing over 20 veterans groups, and we are in support of this bill. They're listed on your analysis. I guess I'd say in a perfect world, we would make free passes available to everybody who has a Purple Heart or doesn't have a Purple Heart plate, but we have to keep the financial costs in mind. So we look forward. We believe this bill is a step forward in honoring our veterans. Thank you.
Lorraine Ploss, State Legislative Chair for American Veterans, and we support this bill.
Don Harper, I'm with the American Legion Department of California. We strongly support this bill. Thank you.
Lorna Grease, I'm Legislative Chair for Military Officers Association, and we support this bill.
All right, any other support?
Move the bill.
Do we have anybody in opposition? Any questions? All right, and I will. Did we hear a motion?
Yes. I moved the bill.
Okay, and a second. All right. Can we please? We have a motion and a second, and can we please have the roll call?
The motion is do pass and refer to Water Parks and Wildlife. Irwin?
Aye.
Irwin, aye. Mathis?
Aye.
Mathis, aye. Alejo? Bro?
Aye.
Bro, aye. Brown?
Aye.
Brown, aye. Chavez?
Aye.
Chavez, aye. Daly?
Aye.
Daly, aye. Frazier?
Aye.
Frazier, aye. Solis?
Aye.
Solis, aye.
Okay. And what is the?
8-0.
Okay. Okay. The vote is 8-0. The bill is out, and the motion is do pass and re-refer to Parks.
Thank you, Madam Chair and members.
We are going to move to consent right now. There is one bill on consent, AJR 11, and I will entertain a motion on the consent calendar.
Second.
Mr. Solis moves. Mr. Frazier seconds.
Motion is be adopted. Irwin?
Aye.
Irwin, aye. Mathis?
Aye.
Mathis, I. Alejo. Bro. Bro, I. Brown.
Aye.
Brown, I. Chavez. Chavez, I. Daly. Daly, I. Frazier. Frazier, I. Solis. Solis, I.
All right, the motion is to adopt. The next bill that we will be hearing is AB 583. Mr. Chavez.
Yes, AB 583, Madam Chair and members. Current federal and state law does not protect members of other state National Guard units who work in California, who are called to their state active duty by their home state governors. Unless state law covers a person who is assigned to another state's National Guard, they have no reemployment rights after completing state active duty. AB 583 would provide employment protection to members of the National Guard who work in California who are called up by the governor in another state. Nationally, 13 states offer similar provisions to protect National Guard members, and 11 have introduced legislation this year. I have Colonel Bender here from the California Military Department, not to testify for this because he cannot, but to be here for any technical questions.
Thank you, sir. And I'll just add that even though this bill does not directly benefit any members of the California National Guard, because in essence what Assemblymember Chavez is doing is helping those residents of California that are members of National Guard of other states. We are working with other states that border California to pass similar legislation in their state governments so that members of the California National Guard who are stationed, who live and work in Nevada and Utah and Oregon have the same protections under their state's laws. This bill just sets a great example for other states, and we're pursuing similar legislation in those states.
Move the bill.
All right, any other testimony and support?
Madam Chairman, members, Pete Conity representing the groups I mentioned. We're in support of this bill. For your situational awareness, as you move up in the National Guard or the reserves, if you don't have a job to go to, you cannot move up. So therefore, many members from California have to go to other states to join National Guard units or reserve units in other states, and vice versa, because they're looking for particular skills. And that's why we support this bill.
That's why I got out of the National Guard. Lorraine. So I'm happy. It's
Editorial, thank you.
Lorraine Pla, AsmVets, Department of California, State Legislative Chair. We support this very good bill.
Again, Don Harper. I'm with the American Legion. I'm chair of the Legislative Commission in California, and we strongly support this bill as well. Thank you.
Lorna Grease, Legislative Chair for Military Officers Association. We support this bill also.
All right, do we have any other of the public in support? Is there any testimony in opposition? I have a motion by Assemblymember Brown, and I believe a second by Assemblymember Bro. Is that correct? Oh, Mathis. And Secretary, please do the roll call.
Motion is due pass and refer to judiciary. Irwin?
Aye.
Irwin, I. Mathis? Aye. Mathis, I. Alejo? Aye. Alejo, I. Bro? Aye. Bro, I. Brown? Aye. Brown, I. Chavez?
Aye.
Chavez, I. Daly? Aye. Daly, I. Frazier? Aye. Frazier, I. Solis? Aye. Solis, I.
9-0. All right, the vote is 9-0. That bill is out, and so the motion is due pass and re-refer to judiciary.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to be passing the microphone over to my co-chair.
Madam Chair, please present your first bill, AB 255.
Thank you, Mr. Mathis. AB 255 would reinstate an Inspector General position within the California Department of Vet Affairs.
Second.
The reasons for this bill are simple. California's veteran population and our Department of Veteran Affairs has changed tremendously in the last decade. The department's original internal auditor position was renamed Inspector General in 1999, and then it was eliminated in 2004. Since then, armed conflicts in Iraq and Afghanistan have added a new generation of veterans returning to California, pushing our vet population to more than 1.8 million, which adds to CalVet's challenge of serving our veterans. In particular, the system of 2 veteran homes has increased to 8, and the department now operates 2 cemeteries with a 3rd to come. CalVet performs a long list of roles, not the least of which is approving GI Bill eligibility, operating the Homeless Vet Outreach Program, the California Veterans Registry, programs for incarcerated veterans. AB 255 will help provide oversight and accountability during a time of transition and adjustment to address CalVet's modern-day challenges. Given the growth in the department's role and the number of programs it supports, the rapid growth of the home system, and the questions on various issues outlined above, the addition of an Inspector General position is warranted. It is my hope that the position created by this bill will serve primarily as a tool within the chain of command for the acting secretary to accomplish positive change, and then, when necessary, to have the independence to report outside of the chain of command. And let me also add that we have put in a sunset of 2020.
Any other witnesses in support? Any against?
It's J.P. Trombley. I'm with the California Department of Veterans Affairs. I just wanted to express some of the points that we have. We have been working with the committee and with the author's office on this bill. We do have some concerns about the current structure of the bill and how the office would be established. We believe that there is some areas, many areas where we are in agreement, and we're going to continue to work with the author's office on this. We know that it is going to be going to the Accountability Administrative Review Committee next, and we're going to continue to work with the author on this office to try and develop the bill into a structure that everybody can agree with.
Mr. Chairman, members, Pete Conady, in this case representing the County Veterans Service Officers, and we may want some technical language or clarification, but we support the bill and would like to see it move forward.
Lorraine Ploss, State Legislative Chair for American Veterans, Department of California. With these concepts, we will probably support this bill.
Again, Don Harper with American Legion. We also, in concept, we support the bill, but I think more details need to be fleshed out.
Lorna Grease with Military Officers Association. I agree with the others. With some things fleshed out, we would support the bill.
Any other witnesses in support? Opposition? Questions from members? Senator Chavez?
Yeah, I have a, I guess for you, Deputy Secretary Tremblay. Mm-hmm. When I'm reading the bill, it says that the identity of the persons providing the information should be held as confidential by the Inspector General and may be disclosed only to the governor, a member of the board, any member of the legislature, or the secretary, as the Inspector General deems appropriate. That could really cause a conflict in the organization. We already have state laws for like whistleblowers, coming forward. And the Inspector General are they going to be part of the Secretary staff, but appointed by the governor?
This is all the issues. Those are some of the issues that we have been raising and some questions that we've been working with the author's office and with the consultant on trying to address some of those questions on the structure and the reporting structure of it. The old Inspector General position was created back in 1999. It was at a different time within this department. One of the things that our current secretary is looking at is to create some internal review and internal audit structures that would report to the secretary. And I understand that there are some concerns about being able to have somebody, if issues need to go beyond the Secretary, go directly. There needs to be authority, and this is something that I've been working with the consultant of this committee as well as with the committee consultant from the Administrative Oversight Committee to see if whether or not there is some place where we can get some agreement on this. But this is an issue that we are looking at.
Well, in the military, the concept of an inspector general is that the inspector general works for the general, the commanding officer. And the general, the inspector general is designed, whenever issues come up, to be a trusted advisor, confidant, but experienced to go out there and look at things and provide it back to the general. If this person is appointed by the governor and it can talk to governor and legislator, you could have yourself a conflict within the organization. Having been an inspector general myself, that would really put somebody in a tough position. If you are appointed by the governor, giving information to people outside the organization, it conceivably could be reflected back to the secretary. You'd be in a conflict. So how are you going to work around that?
This is part of how it would be structured. This is some of the things that we're still working with the author and the consultants to try and structure this appropriately so that the reporting structure is in there. But you are raising some of the issues and concerns that we have been discussing, and we hope that what we can get to is a point where we have the appropriate oversight to help in managing the department. As was noted by the author, when the Inspector General was created in 1999, it eliminated the old internal audit structure that we had, and when they eliminated the Inspector General, they never reinstated that position in the internal structure. So those are some things that we need to look at and work with as we move forward on this to try and make this into a vehicle that will work for the department to ensure that we are providing the best service for our veterans.
Thank you.
And I appreciate your questions. Again, we see this as...
Assemblyman Bro. Question.
Thanks. I was slow to raise my hand, but I just want to commend you on bringing this concept forward. As someone who served at the Federal Department of Veterans Affairs, the Inspector General is a key tool for the department, and as you saw in the latest Phoenix scandal, the Inspector General got to the root of the cause, and those who were involved were ultimately disciplined. I'm sure you'll work out the kinks on a structure, but you could model it after the federal VA structure appointed by the President, part of the leadership team and the Secretary, and other assistant secretaries. So there's something there you can work with, but I'd just like to be added on as a co-author. Thank you.
Assemblyman Salas.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for bringing this measure, Mr. Irwin. I do hear the comments of everyone around the table as well, and so I do look forward to working with you as this moves on to accountability and administrative review. I think we've had some discussions initially already. I do believe in the purpose and the accountability that you've stated what you are trying to accomplish with this measure, and so I do look forward to working with you. I am prepared to support this today and look forward to the continued discussions as we move on to the next committee. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, one more.
I also thank you, Chair Irwin, for bringing this matter forward and for taking it on. Sometimes things are hard to take around here, and you do not always get it, and it's not always smooth. But this is going to be better because everyone's a part of the process. And the only thing I want to add is that I would like to be added as a co-author. Thank you.
Would you like to close?
I guess now it's my turn. I apologize for being premature on that. I appreciate everybody's comments, and we are certainly planning to continue to work with the department to come out with a solution that everybody is satisfied with. We really see this mainly as a tool for the current leadership, and it does bring some important accountability in. So thank you, and I ask for your aye vote.
Okay. So we have amendments to add co-authors, and I'd also like to be added as primary principal co-author as well. And motion do pass as amended of the purpose of adding co-authors. Co-authors are Bro and Brown. Do I have a motion? Yeah, we already moved in second. So call the roll.
Motion is due pass as amended and refer to accountability and administrative review. Irwin?
Aye.
Irwin, aye. Mathis? Aye. Mathis, aye. Alejo? Aye. Alejo, aye. Bro? Aye. Bro, aye. Brown? Aye. Brown, aye. Chavez? No. Chavez, no. Daly? Aye. Daly, aye. Frazier? Aye. Frazier, aye. Solis? Aye. Solis, aye.
Vote is 8-1. Madam Chair, if you're ready to present AB 4.